Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So today has been a fun day, and we're gonna close it off with a very exciting competition between these four individuals. We have, let's bring it up on the board. We have Robert, David, Nina, and Ben all competing against each other. The first round we'll do is Robert versus David, and then we will continue on with Nina versus Ben. Yeah. Got a little, Robert versus David. So yeah. We'll give you a little bit behind the scenes in a little bit, but we're gonna go right into the action with this. Just a little background on our two competitors before we get started. Robert is a CSE major. He's a sophomore. His favorite language is C++, and he has been doing competitive programming competitions for 4 years now. Ben is also a CSE major, and it's his first year in college. He, same as Robert, likes C++, but this is his first ever programming competition. So, root for him. He's the underdog here. Alrighty. Are our participants ready? Is it David? Okay, well, it's Robert versus David, because, well, we looked at Ben. Anyways, moving on. We're ready to get started? Yeah. Awesome. The first round is going to begin in 3, 2, 1. And you'll be able to see, oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That's exactly what we like to see.
You'll be able to see that our host over here has forgotten to change the visibility permissions of certain problems. So basically, instead of looking at these two gentlemen code, you'll be looking at them stare at an error for a photo screen because they can't see the problem. Both of them are spamming
I actually sent them the wrong link. So, joke's on them. It doesn't matter how fast they reload. Tell them I sent them another link.
And there we go.
Alrighty. We'll read out the problem here for you so that you guys can also see what they're about to tackle. This problem is called simplified word. It's going to be taking a word, making it lowercase, and then removing everything but the first and last occurrences of each letter. Yeah. Do we know? So on the bottom is Robert, and on the top is David. Alrighty, let's take a closer look at Robert real quick. He has a template built in, so he had a lot of this code already written prior to starting. You can see him getting right in there, defining some variables. He's got a string, he's got a map, and already has 2 loops going. Zoom in through the problem.
David.
That was the same one. There we go. David.
Python. He's using .find to try and figure out where the first character is, and then he's holding on to that. For some reason, his sample test cases weren't set up correctly.
There we go.
Passes the first test case.
Let's zoom back out. Let's see.
Oh, and he's submitting. He's already gone.
Zoom in.
Looks like we might have a language difference here. C++ versus Python. One has to type about 8 times as long.
Oh,
both of them submitted.
Let's see.
Let's figure out. Now.
Oh. Not reading the problem carefully. Let's see what he missed. I do not see any lowercase there. Missing a key part of the problem. And it comes down to who read the problem better. Very interesting, very
So
interesting.
quite literally the only thing they seem to have missed is the fact that the problem asks you to convert the entire input to lowercase before putting it back out.
That's it. Alrighty. So, can you get the next one? Alrighty, we're gonna look through some of the submissions today from some of our various competitors, while the next two get ready to go. What? Give us uno momento, or favor. That is the only Spanish I know, by the way. Is that right there? Yeah. While we're at it, we can take a look. By the way, the facts that I messed up. David is also a CSE major. He's a junior, and his favorite language is Python, as you probably noticed from his use of the language Python. I do not have a fun fact. Oh wait, the fun fact was about David, by the way. I mixed up. So this is his first coding competition. The other information I said was about Ben. Wow, I messed that up a lot. Alrighty, we're gonna switch over. Alrighty, let's look at some of the problems or some of the submissions that we have from today. This would be Robert's submissions. So this is the one he just did, of course. Yeah. Despite using C++, he is very fast. He did that just as fast as David did that in Python. This is let's look at that, assigned donuts. The previous problem, very interesting. A lot of C++ stuff that I'm not familiar with, but as you can see, he sorted it. Sorting looks like arrays. Yeah. And there we have it. What about some of the mini game submissions? Let's look at what he did for tic-tac-toe. Wow. Very compact. A lot of repeated stuff. Okay, let's take a look at our upcoming competitors. Nina versus Ben. So as we heard earlier, Ben is a first-year CSE student, and he likes C++. Nina is a CIS student, which we are glad to have. We usually have a majority CSE students, but today we have a CIS student in our final round. And she is a second year, and her favorite language is Java. We do not have a fun fact for either of these two because we ran out of time, but that's okay. We'll let you listen to some music while we set up the next round. Maybe not. Alrighty. In the meantime, we have the raffle, which, let's bring that up to the screen. A lot of raffle tickets have been given out. That's one for every problem completed today. And so you can see all of the different people and the number of raffle tickets they got over on the right. Spin it? Should we spin it? Should we? Do you want to do the honors? Would you like to click it? There it goes. So many names you can't even read them. And we're gonna write that down. Congratulations to Warren. Raise your hand if you're awesome. Why is it not showing up?
We don't do this.
Okay, we're good.
I know there's something.
Alrighty. We are almost ready for the next round. You can give them the 30-second warning. Alrighty, we got our problem ready. We're gonna give our participants a moment to make sure they are ready to go. And once again, this is Nina versus Ben. Let's bring them up. On the left will be Nina, and on the right will be Ben. The people are swapped. That is inconvenient. So just go diagonal to connect the people to their screen. Are the participants ready? Alrighty, here we go in 3, 2, 1. There is their problem. This problem is called to product. You want to give it?
Yeah. So basically, the problem description is a bit wordy, but I'm going to skip a lot of that. Essentially, we're going to give them a list with a bunch of numbers, and we're going to give them a target number, and they need to figure out the indices of the two numbers that they'd have to multiply in the list to find that target number. It's not very complicated to attack, but we feel like the input parsing and figuring out a fast way to type all of that is what makes this problem.
Another thing interesting about this problem, we've had a few of these today, but this is one where you could get time limit exceeded because it might be hard to see from here, but if we zoom in, we can see on the left there where it says input, the input range is very large for this one. The end value, which would be the number of integers, can go up to 100,000, which means that some solutions might be too slow, and depending on how they write it and what variable types they use, it might be too slow and or too memory inefficient. So we can see this is Ben already has input into an array list, getting input, starting his process.
See? This is Nina. Okay.
Yeah.
Both of them seem very focused on their work, but they're going with completely different approaches.
What's interesting here is they're both Java. And so you can see some of the differences that they use between the two of them. We see in Nina's that she already has a hash map set up for them and chose to go with hash map to store her information, and she's adding an array now, whereas Ben chose to go straight to an array list. Now, some of these might have different runtime
Implementations.
Yeah, I can't speak. That's okay. Array lists usually tend to be slower because they can change size, whereas arrays are faster because they have a defined size from the beginning. Yeah, and as you can see, they seem to both be writing for loops that are inside nested. Yes, that's what it's called. Nested for loops, which is a for loop inside another for loop.
I see. They're taking a number and then scanning through the rest of the array to see if they can find a pair, so to speak, that matches a target. I don't know if that's going to be fast enough.
I do not know either. We will see.
I mean, it's going to pass the sample test cases we've provided, so they might think that it'll work, but I'm not sure if we'll pass the actual.
We got...
Oop. And we've got a compiler.
Looks like it.
I see. They've left in the sample input-output code. They've forgotten to initialize them. I see.
Undefined variables.
Index out of bounds. How'd they manage that?
Let's see. Oh, and we got a working solution here that prints out the correct thing. Let's see if it ends up being fast enough or not.
And as we said, that solution is probably going to be too slow, nested for loop. And we got a runtime limit exceeded.
That is interesting. Let's see. And we got a working solution on the other, or a solution with outputs not working. Let's see what they're each changing.
That's the index.
Seems to be trying something different with the variables. You can get a better output.
I'm not exactly sure what that's doing.
Oh, he got correct outputs that time.
Seems
He's
better.
committing.
Let's see if this one's fast enough, because it has the same nested for loop issue.
It is not.
Same test case as well, runtime limit exceeded.
Let's see what's happening on the other side. Adding hash maps.
More of them.
Yep.
When in doubt, go deeper.
What's interesting here is that the first hash map, I don't think actually needs to be a hash map. She's using it to store the number and then the number sum divided by the number, which at any point in time you probably could calculate. But the second map is storing the index, which is interesting. That allows you to find where a number is if you know what you want, which is faster, which has allowed her, she's getting rid of the inner, one of the nested loops, so now she doesn't, so that the solution will run much, much faster.
Yeah, essentially she's coming. Oh, compiler. Cannot find symbol sum. Oh, he has moved to his integrated ID. To Eclipse, our beloved, obviously. Everybody here loves Eclipse, right?
Yeah, software 1 and 2, just the best times of our life.
Sure.
Sure. Oh, submission.
The hash map strategy. Wrong answer.
Interesting. Let's see. So what went wrong here is this is Nina, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that is Nina.
She is dividing the product by X and saving it. And because those are integer values, those might be rounded, or not rounded, they'll be floored to a value that isn't divisible by it. So if she had the value, if the target value was 7, and she had 2, then in this map, in this first map that she generated, she would have the value 2 and 3, which do not multiply to 7, they multiply to 6. So she'll find an answer that's wrong when, yeah, because she's found one that doesn't
Quite work.
quite multiply to the right thing. We'll see if she can identify that issue. Ah, I see. So she's double checking it now.
Making sure that it's the multiplying them back out comes
Yeah.
out the correct answer.
That's one way to solve the problem. Let's see.
The art of duct taping things together until it works.
That is exactly what competitive programming is.
Oh, and it looks like Ben is trying his new solution.
Still has for loop. Let's see. Index out of bounds. Interesting. Interesting.
Oh, and J++.
Ah, still wrong answer. And you can see here that she did the same issue again. She divided product by array I, and it still is going to do integer division where the divisor doesn't quite work out correctly, or where the solution isn't an actual what is it called, factor of the product that she's trying to search for.
She multiplied that by like 1.0, converting
Yeah.
it to a float. I'm pretty sure this will work.
Yeah,
Because then the floating point would, fix that rounding issue.
exactly, yeah. I mean, or she could also check if it's divisible in the first place. Both possibilities would lead to the right answer.
Going back to Ben.
Going back to Ben, we got the runtime limit exceeded again, but he seemed to have a solution that's working.
Just a bit too slow.
Just a bit too slow, yes. Now, if right now Nina still seems like she's ahead in the race to get the correct answer, but just needs to figure out that one bug in her code. Still, both of them thinking very hard about it.
Oh, and out comes Eclipse again. No JetBrains lovers, huh?
Let's see what this does. See what. Probably trying to figure out what is leading to the wrong answer here. And that. Is that the correct answer? That is not the correct answer.
3, 6.
Let's see.
0, 1, 2, 3. That's
Maybe
4.
that'll help her find the small bug that's still left.
3 times 7 is indeed not 30.
It is not. Oh, that did get the correct answer. What did she change?
Oh. Okay, import dot star indeed.
Is that the only thing that changed there?
It'd be so weird if that's what fixed it.
I saw some parentheses there. See if we
Didn't
can pull
quite
up.
catch what you changed.
See if we can pull up her solution that's going through. Let's see, Ben. Still thinking very hard about the problem, trying to figure out.
Oh, so close. Also,
We can.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but they're kind of like riding the line of the problem's time limits. Nina's submission was 0.86 seconds, and we have a 1 second limit on this problem. So very, very
Yeah.
close to the border right now.
Very, very close. Adding another variable here. Let's see what's going through her head, I wonder.
We should have specified 2 different numbers? Not sure.
Yeah.
But I guess because we're asking for 2 indices. But
Yeah, so she's just giving, so what's gonna end up happening is she's just giving 2 of the same indice. Yeah, so she checks if it's the same. But her code is gonna overwrite the first index when she comes back for another one. One way to solve this is to move her map creation into the main loop. That way it doesn't add the second occurrence of a number until the first occurrence appears. And that way you have the address of the previous occurrence when
So,
you're looking
like-
at the second one.
O3M, just add another loop.
No, don't add another loop. Move this. We can actually take a look at this. Let's. So yeah, one solution to this. I'm doing this on my screen here. If she would move this map right down here and adjust it so that that would work. That way, the first value wouldn't be overwritten until after it appears. Let's go back over. Let's see.
Oh. Hold on, pull up Ben's last submission. Oh, it's the same test case as well. They're
Yeah.
both stuck on the same exact issue.
Interesting. I'm not sure what he's doing to make this work here.
It is indeed still
It is
n squared.
indeed n squared. I wonder what. There must be something weird going on here to make this work. The submission he submitted is n squared. Let me show you what he submitted. This is the code that he submitted.
Oh, hold on. There's another one. Let's see if this one goes through.
And I think they tripped up on the same test case. So right now they're just both trying to solve the same exact issue.
The anxiety that's just sitting on the
Yeah.
processing screen would give.
Still the same one. That one test case.
Also riding the line, 0.82 out of 1 second. Goodness.
Oh, and Nina looking to add both positions into the map, all positions of the value into the map. That is one way to solve the problem.
You know, at some point, I feel like duct taping things starts to, I don't know, look a little awkward.
You just. There's. Yeah,
It might just be me, but I feel like this is getting a bit overcomplicated.
we'll see. I mean, there is a lot going on here. There is definitely ways where you could simplify and get the right answer. Oh, you do make a good point there. Yeah, I'm gonna share this with everybody. The reason Ben is not n squared runtime is because he's checking if it's divisible first, and this is allowing him to only check numbers that are divisible which eliminates a lot of the numbers, which could be from n plus log n. Having that would be correct. It would be n plus log n. Yeah.
Set up n squared, so it's not that much of an increase in time.
There theoretically could be a test case that would be inefficient in this, but I guess that test case doesn't exist in these tests here. So
I mean, adding a number where all the numbers are factors is
oh yeah, but that wouldn't follow the rules of the problem.
exactly. So in this case, it's impossible.
Yeah.
They don't get off the tiebreaker number of test cases passed.
So in this case, if we were to tiebreaker right now, it would be Nina and Olivia. Nina got there first.
Nina got there first. Yeah. Ben spending a lot of time staring at the problem statement. Let's see what he's got. See if he's making any changes. I wonder if Ben has figured out the issue yet. I know we saw that Nina has definitely figured out what she's looking for here.
I guess they don't trust the IntelliSense that our website provides.
No, it's not very good.
No, I wouldn't trust it.
I'm the one who put it there, and I know it's not very good.
I wouldn't trust it either.
Especially, it struggles in Java because it doesn't know any imported
Well,
types.
it uses the wrong Python version.
It's actually written for both Python 2 and 3.
Well, yes. But
It's a-
which
it's a-
version of Python 3? The wrong one.
Yeah, it's written to be a general processor for a general language, so it doesn't have any libraries or anything. It just has.
You know? I love looking at what people name their iterative variables. There isn't one. We've got 1 and we've got 3. 2 is... No one wants to be second, you know?
This looks like it might work. She saved both the positions. I don't know if there's any bugs left in here, but
No. Check style does not like line 13. It's a little bit too long.
oh, check style. Yeah.
No changes on Ben's screen. Back to the problem statement.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Ben's still trying to figure it out.
He is double iterating through the, or I guess.
It can be O and N. The reason his is fast enough is because he checks if it's divisible. So a lot of the numbers
Get skipped over.
So it's theoretically, but it's like, yeah.
It's instead of
Yeah.
being n squared, it's n plus log n.
And the reason that works is because a number, if it's divisible by, like, if there can't be multiple solutions. So that means if a number's a solution, yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. They are writing a lot more code than is what is needed, and it's becoming more complicated. It does make it very interesting.
It's definitely more dramatic than the previous round.
Oh yeah.
But to be fair, the more like experience you have, the faster you end up working on these things. And we've got one person whose first competition is this one.
That was the last person.
Well,
It might also be his first.
Ben is definitely
Okay.
his first.
Okay. Nina finishing up adding the
Changes.
changes so that she can implement multiple items in the array.
Let's see.
It's,
You know,
Yeah, this is definitely a problem where once you solve one similar, you kind of get the idea, but if you've never solved a problem like this, it's very hard. Yeah, let's see. Is this submission going to be the one?
Pull up screens. Pull up screens.
Pull it up on here. Again, wrong answer.
Same test case.
Same test case. Let's, yeah, we can see Ben's code. It has not changed much, but we can take a look. Yeah. Let's see. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Just watching that line number count go up slowly.
Yeah. Let's see what the let's see what time we are at. Do a time check real quick. We are going to follow the 30 minutes here. We have at this moment are at 26 minutes. So after 4 minutes, we will call it, and if nothing changes, award Nina.
Versus Robert.
Still trying to figure out what else is wrong here.
725? Is she trying to make her custom test cases? Oh.
Interesting. That is a very interesting choice, because that test case,
Is technically not possible.
yeah, because there has to be one possible solution. Alrighty, we got another 3 minutes until we call this one.
All right. Let's look at how the two of them are doing. Both absolutely lost in thought. Just stuck, staring at the problem statement. Well, let's see. I wonder. Alright, we've got just about 5 seconds left in this round. It looks like we may have to call it without either of them having solved it. Which is, Maybe we'll take a look at which test case it is they're failing. Alright, that's time. Let's call it.
So with that, because Nina submitted the solution that passed the most test cases first, she will be the winner for this problem.
By tiebreaker. Obviously, we'd like to have had one clear-cut winner, but sometimes things don't work out the way we want.
Yep. We will go back and look at these problems in the future and see if there was an issue with them. Stay tuned in our Discord. We'll let you know if we do find a issue in the future, if you're curious about that and want to attempt the problem yourself. Alrighty, so we are going to go to this bracket here and fill in. Nina. So our final round in just a couple minutes will be Robert versus Nina.
But before we call that finale, we've got to do one more raffle draw. And even before that, let's call up all the semifinalists up here, you know, ask them how they were thinking, what their thought process was when solving the problem.
So David is down here already. You want to pull up a chair? The other three are still upstairs.
They'll be down shortly.
They'll be down shortly. But so what did you think of your problem?
So I knew I would be the heavy underdog going into that, just based off what I've heard. So I knew I had to submit quickly if I had a chance. And in doing that, I just skipped over the fact that you had to make it lowercase before doing everything. And that cost me everything.
Yeah, it is a little sad because you did get the submission in a little bit beforehand, before Robert.
And you arguably had the simpler solution if it had worked, right? Just reverse the string, check from the other side, and check from the beginning. But it didn't work for some reason.
Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, thank you. Thank you to David. We are now going to move on and do a quick raffle. Yeah. Our next two competitors are getting set up at the moment.
All right, let's draw our next raffle winner, shall we? All right, here we go. Warren again. Okay, that's kind of a scam. Hold on.
Move on. Okay.
A do-over, shall we? Hold on. How lucky does that person have to be? You know? win twice out of look at the wheel. It looks like a barcode. And he won twice.
My Christmas tree is shining bright. That's so unpaid for these darker nights. There's so much to see.
He's already getting.
Hold on to me.
So we are going to respin because the semifinalists will be getting an equivalent or larger prize. So we will be respinning.
Hopefully we don't have to keep respinning because that'll be a little weird. It would be funny, but like at some point, hopefully we get like a valid kind of. Okay, it looks like approved. Howdy, raffle winner. Congratulations.
Alrighty.
All right, we're back, except this time with our finalists.
Nina and Robert.
Yep. Now, I'm not sure how this will go because, like, we've got one person with like 4 years of experience, and arguably the underdog on the other side.
Yeah. We don't know how much experience Nina has in competitive programming, but we know that this is her second year of college, which it's also Robert. So,
He is an active member of the CPC.
yeah, both of them
So-
very much are active members and come to meetings every week.
So maybe this will be a proper matchup.
Maybe. Are our competitors ready? Aram, are our competitors ready? Okay.
All right.
We are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there they go. This problem is called hemi, semi, demi primes, which has to do with, did I say that? I did say it in the right order. It has to do with the number of factors that a number has. So a hemi prime, if I remember correctly, is one with 2 factors. No, semi is one with 2 factors. Demi-semi is 3 factors. Hemi-demi-semi is 4 factors.
You know, it's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Basically, we're giving them new names based on the number of factors they have.
Yeah. So this is very similar to the prime checks that you did earlier today, except now you have to count and keep track of the factors as you go and can't just exit out once you know there's one.
Robert, the rocket, has already started typing his solution. Oh, man. Let's focus on him real quick. Looks like he's generating a list of prime numbers under the input number that we give, which is up to 1 million. I'm actually very familiar with the sieve that he's using. It's called the Aristotle's sieve. Basically, you make a Boolean array of 1 to whatever number you want to find the primes under, and every single time, and then you loop through the array. Every single time you hit a true value, you set every multiple of it to false, and then you move to the next true value, and then set every multiple of it to false. Basically, at the end, once you've hit the end of the array, every value that is still true is prime.
What's interesting about that is it only tells you whether something is prime or not prime. It doesn't tell you the number of factors, which is what you need for this problem.
I assume the strategy he's going for is after generating all the primes underneath, he's just going to go figure out which ones divide into the big number and then immediately reduce it down as much as possible, move on to the next number that divides into it, and so forth. He's just generating all of them beforehand instead of finding them during the loop.
Yeah, that is one way to do it, yes.
Nina is still parsing the problem. You know, if there was any type of problem description that would have stumped Robert, it would have been this one.
Yeah.
It is very wordy and quite hard to understand at a glance, but it seems he got it.
Let's see, Nina just now starting into the problem. Starting with a for loop from the square root of the number, which is a very smart way to find factors, is to work only in the range of 1 to the square root. That way you don't search for pairs of factors twice, so you don't get the higher and lower of each pair.
And she's starting from the bigger number, so it's going to reduce a lot faster as well.
That is true, yeah. Both very smart. Don't know how much time. Robert going very fast.
Is that?
Ah, I see. So he generated the primes and then
Just looped through them.
checked how many were divisible.
Yeah, if they were prime
Interesting. Okay.
and divisible, then increment counter.
Yeah. He's got this DBG function.
So I actually asked him about that earlier. It's his way of being able to copy paste stuff with debug output. So essentially, he's got that local macro that he runs his programs with on his personal machine. So that section of code does not get run when he uploads that code to our website, but it does run on his personal computer, which means that he can now call that debug command and it'll print out stuff for him.
Something interesting is he just took his number and
Oh my.
he just printed out his sieve array. That's what it looks like.
Yep.
A lot of trues in a row there. I don't know if there is something, an issue with that.
Aristophanes, yep.
Let's take a look back and see what,
Old Greek men and their names, am I right?
Nina, having gotten rid of the loop. Oh, went to Eclipse. Went to Eclipse again. So how's her code in Eclipse? Let's see if we can get a glance at that again. Let's see.
Okay. It looks like Robert is ready for his submission.
Open, there's the Eclipse backup. While that submission's running, let's take a look and see what Nina's got so far. Got some counting. Has something to do with N.
And Robert has missed a couple.
Can
What
he
could
figure
it
it
be?
out? I do think I see a typo. Nope, is that just... No, I don't think that's a typo. I think that's just me not knowing how to read.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I definitely don't know how to read. Nina is still thinking hard about the problem, trying to figure out what the best approach is here. Robert running his code again to check and make sure they're right answers.
That number has only 3? No, he's
has-
semi-prime. It was a million.
It does have 3 factors, and I'm realizing now that this problem isn't clear about repeated factors. Let's see, let's read it specifically. I'm gonna read through this.
If a number... prime factors, I guess?
It does actually say, yeah, the note, the prime factors do not have to be distinct.
So 9 being 3 times 3, that would be a semi-prime. It has 2 factors.
And Robert just highlighted that line. Or highlighted the example line afterward. Maybe he figured out his issue.
Now he needs to go back and figure out how many times it goes into the number.
Yeah.
Because before he was just counting to see if it went into the number at all.
Let's see, where does he add that? He adds it in his check. There you go, he's counting
Yeah.
the number of times.
And then he's dividing it. I see. That's quite smart.
He's testing his code.
9 is a semi-prime. I believe that is the edge case that would have failed him those 4 test cases.
Yeah, it's interesting that that example was provided but wasn't provided as a test case. So you had to really look for that example in the problem.
Gotta read those problem statements.
Yeah. Processing, and there we have it. Robert, with the correct solution, is our winner.
All right. Briefly, let's...
Big congratulations to him. We'll bring them down here. Let's put his name on that championship spot right there.
Boom.
Boom, and we have our winner. And we have one more raffle to do, so while they are heading on down, we can get the raffle going.
This transition. All right, our final poll. How many times do you guys think I'm gonna have to reroll this time? Hopefully
Too many.
not. Oh,
Many.
hopefully not.
I already clicked it.
Oh dear.
Zoom in. Maybe should have put some more suspense on that, but you know, I asked earlier if this wheel had a timer so that we could make it take a long time. And is this person here? If you are, no, he's not already. Let's re-roll it. Oh, I should have removed it. That's okay.
Hack team member.
And what do we got here? David, who
Is a semifinalist.
is a semifinalist, has already won a prize. So we are going to. So we're gonna roll again. I forgot to remove all instances.
We're gonna have multiple winners at the same time.
The semifinal is looking very lucky today. Coming up multiple times.
Engel John.
Engel John, there
Howdy,
we go.
hey.
Congratulations to you. We now have our 3 raffle winners and our winner. We're gonna get. Yeah. Do we want to?
Rom, you want to get their contact information? Yeah. We can talk to them.
If you wanted anything today, make sure we get your contact information before you leave so that we can contact you.
Reach out and make sure that you get what you want.
Yep. Thank you guys all so much for coming. Reminder, Competitive Programming Club last meeting is next Thursday in Enerson 311 at 7 o'clock. If you would like to join, more information in the Discord. And look forward to next semester. We will be hosting another event either similar to this or a more formal competition like the Google one this morning.
We will let you know as we get closer to that event in the fall.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming and hope to see you next year. Ooh. Hey, accept my Discord.
Me? Oh. for those that are staying, just a little bit longer, let's go look at that test case.
Yeah. Should I just go through the...
Multiply. Two numbers? Two product? Two product. Two product was that problem. Alright, transition. Scene 2. No, just hit transition. Just bring it up. Let them see the
Already
back.
showing this. Already showing that.
Oh, okay. Which test case was it? Do you remember what number it was?
We can pull up the definition.
You know what? Yeah, let's just pull up the...
It was the one.
The wrong answer. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go look at 9. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and we'll get you. You won't be able to see it because the stream software. It's not there.
VS Code just straight up.
There you go. If
You know,
to give you a little glance, this is what most problems look like. The test files. For most of the problems, we generate.
We write our own
programs-
generators.
We write programs that generate the
now,
So yeah, it would be very hard to tell what's going on
they got
here.
wrong answer.
But we can look at the output too. Let me pull up the output.
Yeah, let's...
This is what the output was supposed to be. We cannot see. It does not save it because of the large
You know what?
size of the input-output. Yeah. We can rerun their code and you can
figure
run it on
out
the
what they were
computer.
saying.
Yeah. We'll.
I'll write up a small like paragraph explaining what the issue with this one was because I will do the same. Alright, well, to wrap up, for the people that are still here, thank you so much for showing up. Really, great honor having you guys here.
Switch from C++ to Java. Because you know that it's not in each language.